Can you reverse EMF damage? Electromagnetic fields, EMF, damage to your body cells and nervous system has been under discussion for a long time. Those experiencing the various symptoms of electromagnetic radiation wonder whether it is possible to reduce the effects and reverse the damage. So can you reverse the EMF damage from high levels of exposure? There are some powerful prevention methods and products you can use to reverse the EMF damage caused by high levels of exposure. The methods help undo the damage to cells that occur due to oxidative stress. Using the products on a daily basis not only reverses the effects of electromagnetic waves but also makes you feel better and more energetic. EMFs like cell phone radiation affect your body at a cellular level. The radiation destroys your cell membranes, damages DNA cells, and deprives your body of calcium ions. Damage from EMF sources at the cellular levels can make you be electromagnetic hypersensitive as well as cause other health complications. If you truly want to know how to reduce your electromagnetic hypersensitivity or reduce any symptoms related to EMF radiation, continue to read on. And by the way, if you want to minimize the EMF radiation you're exposed to in your daily life, I highly recommend checking out the first link in the description below this video. How to reverse EMF damage? Higher exposure to EMFs can have a negative impact on your health. If you suffer from any of these effects, you can use the following supplements and products to mitigate the EMF damage and improve your health. The most commonly used reversal methods are multiple day water fasting, the Resveratrol method, drinking hydrogen water or supplements, and taking magnesium. 1. Using multiple day water fasting. One of the best intermetabolic intervention methods is multiple day water fast. Fasting for some days with nothing but water helps you improve your health. You can use water, some mineral supplements, and salt that acts as a good source of sodium for your body. The reason why it's the best and one of the more powerful tools is because it helps remove senescent cells, that is, the old or aged cells in your body that are damaged such that they can't reproduce or multiply. This could be due to excessive oxidative stress resulting from continuous exposure to EMF radiation. The multiple day water fast will help you get rid of those cells through the autophagy self-feeding process. The method makes it easy to get rid of these cells that clog your system and increase inflammation. In addition, this method helps regulate the body's ability to obtain stem cells. Fasting will give you stem cell transplant benefits similar to those offered in a biohacking community, which is very expensive. 2. Using Resveratrol method. Resveratrol is a natural component found in plant products and some fruits such as grapes, berries, and peanuts. Plants produce this component in response to any stress or in case the plant is affected by any pathogens. In such cases, the plant produces a resveratrol component to combat the damage. Some types of wines made from grape skins have this component to a certain level. There are also supplements made using the resveratrol component. The supplements can be used to treat a variety of health conditions including reversal of electromagnetic radiation damage. According to research done by Zhang et al., patients who took resveratrol supplements after continuous EMF exposure were able to reverse the damage. 3. Using hydrogen water/supplements. Cancer patients undergoing radiotherapy experience a lot of impaired quality of life and fatigue. They also experience a lot of side effects such as oxidative stress and inflammation. Taking hydrogen water will provide them with the antioxidant properties required to reduce the inflammation risk in the body tissue. The patients can receive hydrogen supplemented water to help them improve their quality of life. Consuming hydrogen-rich water on a daily basis will help reduce the biological reactions associated with radiation exposure. The water helps combat oxidative stress and other effects of radiation. A hydrogen supplement is one of the most effective and powerful antioxidants that help you to combat the free radicals generated by exposure to high levels of EMFs. Therefore, if you stay in an environment with high EMF exposure, hydrogen supplements can help you stay healthy and maintain your quality of life. When you're exposed to a 5G network, the radiation emitted by these 5G devices gets into your cells and splits water in your body into hydrogen protons and hydroxyl compounds. Introducing more hydrogen into your body cells will help reduce oxidative stress. The introduced hydrogen regulates the production of ghrelin hormones in your body. Ghrelin hormones act as a neuroprotectant. Hydrogen water is not only good in reducing radiation from various EMF sources but also helps in maintaining your brain function. 4. Using magnesium. Taking magnesium will lower your EMF sensitivity. If you are exposed to high amounts of electromagnetic radiation, taking hydrogen water and magnesium will lower your sensitivity to radiation effects. How to reduce EMF exposure and reverse the damage? There is little information on the effectiveness of the prevention methods against the induced health problems of EMF exposure. Most of the experts recommend reducing your exposure to EMF so as to lower the future adverse effects and revert the damages made. Reducing EMF exposure is a way to reverse the damage. So what can you do to reduce your exposure level? If you're not using an electronic device, unplug it from the power source. Set your cell phone to airplane mode when not in use. Buy anti-radiation cell phone devices. Maintain distance between you and the radiation emitting device. You can use the speakerphone to increase the distance with your cell phone. Turn off your Wi-Fi at night, or alternatively you can use a wired Ethernet. Go for more wired devices instead of wireless devices. Reduce radiation exposure from UV light. Go for X-rays and MRIs only when medically necessary. Using EMF production products around your home to absorb EMF radiation. Invest in EMF supplements that help reduce exposure and revert radiation damage. Proven health studies about EMF. You're always exposed to a lot of electromagnetic radiation from cell phone transmitters, power lines, home appliances, and other numerous sources of radiation in an urban environment. This sometimes makes it difficult to quantify the electromagnetic field levels you're exposed to each day. The National Institute of Public Health and Environment did a study on exposure levels and found that what you do and where determines your exposure risk. For example, if you stay near power lines, your exposure level is very high. Your mobile phone and laptop have high exposure levels when you're directly using them or when in close proximity with the user. If you go to highly populated areas like shopping malls and public transport areas, you may experience higher levels of exposure. There are various studies implemented to determine an average exposure level from electromagnetic radiation. However, the demand for more technological tools makes it difficult to determine the exact EMF radiation exposure from day-to-day activities. There are also proven health studies about EMF radiation. Some of these studies include EMF radiation and cancer risk. According to the World Health Organization, WHO, research done by the International Agency for Research on Cancer, IARC, indicates that EMF radiation is carcinogenic to humans. This is because of various studies that link EMF to cancer risk. One of the studies carried out is how radio frequency, RF, radiation emitted from cell phone devices increases the risk of cancer. The study was performed with more than 5,000 people from 13 countries. The results linked the high levels of exposure to cell phone RF radiation with glioma, which is a type of cancer found either in the brain or in the spinal cord. If you always hold your cell phone on the same side of your head, then glioma will develop on that side of the head. EMF radiation and leukemia risk. In a recent study, individuals who are exposed to high levels of electromagnetic radiation are at a high risk of developing leukemia. The study was done to workers who are exposed to extremely low frequency electromagnetic field, EMF, radiation in their line of work. The workers were exposed to different levels of radiation, low, medium, and high levels of exposure. The exposed workers were tested for health risk on lymphoid leukemia, myeloid leukemia, and chronic myeloid leukemia. From the research, workers who were exposed to high levels of EMF radiation for a long period had a high risk of developing myeloid leukemia. A study was done on atomic bomb survivors in Japanese, 1994, and showed an increased risk of developing acute leukemia after 6 to 8 years. The high levels of radiation from a nuclear reactor are linked to the risk of developing acute leukemia. Another research done by European scientists discovered that EMF radiation can cause acute lymphoblastic leukemia in children. Children below 15 years are at high risk of developing this form of cancer. Those who have undergone chemotherapy or radiation for the treatment of cancer are at high risk of developing leukemia. EMF radiation and neurological risk. A study done on EMFs indicate an increased risk of neurological and psychiatric problems in some people, especially those who are hypersensitive to electromagnetic waves. From the study, there was a connection between the electromagnetic field exposure and the functioning of the nerves throughout a human body. Exposure to EMF for more than 10 days continuously leads to increased calcium influx in your cell membrane because the neurons found in the central nervous system are more sensitive. Therefore, exposure to the EMF will trigger the production of electrical currents and fields that suppress the neuronal functions through voltage-gated channel interactions. Magnetic fields from various electrical appliances also affect calcium levels in your body. This may lead to other biological effects on your body such as sleeping disorder, increased risk of depression, severe headache, and other EMF symptoms. However, if the exposure levels from different appliances fall below the recommended SAR levels, there are no known health hazards. If you're more concerned about how much you're exposed to each day, you can use EMF meters to measure radiation from your surrounding environment. The EMF meters are portable handheld devices you can use to measure the low-frequency radiation you're exposed to throughout the day. Also, I just want to quickly mention that if you're at all concerned about EMF radiation, you should take a second and check out the first link in the description. Summary: exposure to high levels of electromagnetic radiation, especially from power lines and cell phone transmitters, causes oxidative stress and damage to DNA cells. However, individuals who use resveratrol supplements, hydrogen supplements, magnesium, and multiple-day water fasting are able to reverse the long-term damage caused by the radiation. Therefore, these supplements are an effective method for the EMF protection strategy. You can also reverse your damage by reducing your exposure to EMF sources. Putting your cell phone in airplane mode and switching off your Wi-Fi when not in use are some of the best methods you can use to reduce your exposure. EMF exposure has adverse effects on your body. It increases calcium channels in your cells, leading to the production of toxic substances and high levels of reactive free radicals. The reactive oxygen generated can damage your body cells. High EMF levels can lead to oxidative stress that is associated with the development of cancer cells and brain tumors. There are a lot of studies on how frequent exposure to electromagnetic field radiation affects your body, thus the growing need to use the various EMF protection strategies to help reverse the damage. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more useful tips and tricks and visit emfguardtips.com. Thanks for watching.